Welcome to my entrepreneurial journey, the podcast that's all about real stories and real strategies for women entrepreneurs over 40 who are ready to grow their businesses with purpose and authenticity. I'm your host, Yaritza, and on this show, we mix deep dive conversations with inspiring guests who share their entrepreneurial journeys alongside actionable advice tailored to help you navigate your own. Whether you are tuning in to learn practical tips or listening in for inspiration, each episode is designed to meet you where you are in your journey. So, if you're ready to leave behind the overwhelm and start building a business that reflects who you are, hit subscribe and join me each week for insights that empower your entrepreneurial path. Hello, and welcome to my entrepreneurial journey, the podcast where we have real, honest conversations about building a business after 40. I'm your host, Yaritza, and today we're talking about something I hear from many women entrepreneurs all the time. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm still not getting clients consistently. If you have been in business for like 1 to 3 years and you are feeling like you are spinning your wheels despite all of your efforts, this episode is especially for you. Listen, I know what it's like to feel you are constantly chasing the next strategy, the next platform, or the next marketing tactic, all while wondering why it seems to work for everyone else but not for you. Here's what I have learned after working with dozens of women at this exact stage. Success doesn't come from doing more things. It comes from doing the right things. And today, I'm breaking down the 5 essential steps that actually help you attract clients with ease. This isn't about chasing flashing income goals or overnight success like so many marketing gurus promise. It's about building a solid foundation that supports sustainable growth at your pace, aligned with your life. So grab a coffee, a notebook, or whatever you need, and let's dive in. So before I break down these 5 steps, I want you to know something important. If you have been struggling to gain traction, you haven't failed. You have likely just skipped some fundamental steps that set you up for success. And you are not alone. Almost every woman I work with has done the same thing. Because, let's be honest, we are not taught this stuff. We are just told to get out there and be visible. So, this first step might sound basic, but I cannot stress enough how often this gets overlooked or done on a surface level. When I ask most women who their ideal client is, I get answers like busy moms, or women after 40, or professional women, corporate women, all that kind of thing. But that's not specific enough. Without crystal clarity on exactly who you are serving, your marketing becomes scattered and your message doesn't land. You are trying to speak to everyone, and as a result, you are connecting with no one. Let me share a quick story. I worked with a client named Lisa who was offering general wellness coaching. She kept describing her ideal client as women who want to feel healthier. But when we dug deeper, we discovered that her sweet spot was helping women in their 40s who were dealing with chronic fatigue and hormonal shift, and who wanted to feel more energized without restrictive diets or intense workout plans. Once she got that specific, everything clicked. Her content started resonating. Her inquiries increased. And she finally felt excited talking about her work again. Here's what I want you to do. Think about who you have genuinely loved working with, who made progress and lead you up in the process. And I love that. I love working with women that when I finish my session, I'm all lit up about it. What were they struggling with in their own words? Identify their top 3 pain points. Not what you assume, but what they actually say they need help with. So, moving on to step 2, crafting your core offer. One of the biggest mistakes I see is women trying to offer too many services because they are afraid of missing out on potential clients. Let me tell you a truth that might be hard to hear. When you offer everything, potential clients get confused, and confused people don't buy. And I talk about from experience. If I want to buy something, whether it's a product or a service, if I'm not clear on the benefit and what it's in it for me, or what I'm actually looking for, I'm not buying it. I'm moving to the next website, the next person, but I'm not buying. A confused mind never buys. So always keep that in mind. So focus on one core offer that delivers a specific result or transformation. This could be a coaching package, a consulting service, or a done-for-you service. But it needs to be clear, focused, and directly address the pain points of your ideal client. I want you to be able to complete this sentence. I help your ideal client achieve the desired result through your service. So, for example, instead of saying, I'm a wellness coach, you might say, I help women in midlife reduce stress and boost their energy naturally using simple daily practices they can actually stick with, even with a busy schedule. You see the difference? One is vague, the other is crystal clear about what you help and what the result you deliver. This brings us to step 3, simplifying your marketing message. Many of us overcomplicate our messaging because we are trying to sound professional or because we think we need to explain everything we do. But again, here's the thing. Your potential clients don't need to know all the technical details of your process. They don't really care. What they really need to know is that you help them solve their problem. That you have a solution that can help them solve the problem that they have. I love what my mentor once told me. Your clients aren't buying your process. They are buying the outcome of your process. And that is so spot on because that is the truth. So focus on communicating the transformation you provide. What will their life or business look like after working with you? How will they feel? What problems will disappear? And please avoid industry jargon. Run your message by someone outside your field. Because if they get confused, you need to simplify. When I first started out, I made this exact mistake. I will talk about marketing strategy implementation or brand positioning paradigms. You get the idea. Phrases that meant something to me but nothing to my potential clients. Once I started talking about helping you get clients without the constant hustle and marketing that feels authentic and not sleazy, everything changed. People started responding with, "That's exactly what I need." And it's also like if you go to you go to somewhere and you are supposed to, you are listening a presentation. If it gets too technical, your mind goes somewhere else because you are not understanding. And that happens a lot more often than it should. So now step 4 is a big one, especially if you are overwhelmed. Focus on one marketing channel. I know all the business gurus are telling you to be on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, start a podcast, run webinars, do speaking engagement, on and on and on. But trying to be everywhere when you are in the early stages of your business is the fastest path to burnout. Believe me, it is that way because it happened to me. So instead, choose one platform where your ideal clients spend their time. If you are targeting corporate professionals transitioning to entrepreneurship, LinkedIn might be your best bet. If you are serving creative entrepreneurs, Instagram could be more effective. What matters isn't being everywhere. It's being consistent in one place. Show up regularly, provide value, engage with people, and establish yourself as a trusted resource. It's better to master one channel than to be mediocre on 5. Give yourself permission to focus on just one platform for the next 90 days. I promise the others will still be there if you decide to expand later or to change. If you find that what you thought that your ideal clients were on Instagram, but they end up being on Facebook or TikTok, then obviously you want to do the change. And finally, let's move to step 5. Create consistent systems. This is often the missing piece that keeps women entrepreneurs feeling scattered and overwhelmed. You don't need fancy software or complicated processes. You just need simple, repeatable systems for like how you handle inquiries, how you follow up with potential clients, how you onboard new clients, how you create content for your chosen marketing channel. For example, maybe every Monday you write your social media content for the week. Every Wednesday you reach out to potential collaboration partners, and every Friday you follow up with leads. So having these simple structures in place create consistency, which build trust with your audience and ultimately leads to more clients. You see where I'm going? So I want to share something personal with you. About 2 years into my business, I was doing what I thought was everything right. I was posting on social media daily, sending weekly newsletters, attending networking events, and even running occasional ads. But I was exhausted, and worse, I wasn't seeing the results I wanted. So it wasn't until I hit a real breaking point. I remember sitting at my desk at like 10 p.m. at night, obviously 10 p.m., still trying to write the perfect Instagram post, that I realized something had to change. I was burnt out. I think I even took a month off because I was done and dusted. It was like total burnout. I got sick. So I took a step back and focused on these 5 steps I have shared with you today. I got brutally honest about who I really wanted to work with. I simplified my offerings down to just one core service. I rewrote all my messaging to focus on outcomes, not processes. I gave myself permission to focus just on my podcast and LinkedIn, dropping all other platforms. I still sometimes post on Instagram, but it's basically like a byproduct of what I post on LinkedIn. And I created simple systems that keep me, consistent without the burnout. Within 3 months, I had more quality leads than I had in the previous year. And more importantly, I was working fewer hours and feeling so much more confident about what I was offering. And that makes a huge difference. The fact that, once you start feeling confident, it makes a big difference on what you do and how you show up yourself to the world, to others. So this isn't about overnight success or magic bullets. It's about building a solid foundation that supports sustainable growth. And that is what we all want, sustainable growth. So let's recap these 5 essential steps. Number 1, clarify your ideal client and their specific pain points. Number 2, craft one core offer that delivers a clear transformation. Number 3, simplify your marketing message to focus on outcomes. Number 4, choose one marketing channel and master it. And number 5, create simple systems that support consistency. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the noise and advice out there, come back to these fundamentals. They are not flashy, but they work. And here's what I want you to know. You don't have to do this alone. If you're realizing that you need more support in implementing these steps, I have created a free resource just for you. It's called the 5-Step Guide, Attract Clients with Ease. And it expands on everything that we have talked about today. You can download it for free by visiting my website, yaritzabaez.com, or clicking the link in the show notes. And if you're ready, you're ready for personalized support in implementing these steps, my 101 program might be exactly what you need. I work with women entrepreneurs just like you to cut through the noise and build businesses that attract clients consistently without the burnout or overwhelm. You can book a free consultation call by visiting the link in the show notes. Let's talk about what's keeping you stuck and how we can move your business forward together. So, thank you so much for listening today. This episode is basically for those of you who are in those stages. And also, I would love you to share this episode with another woman entrepreneur who might need to hear this message. And until next time, you don't need to do more. You need to do what matters. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to my entrepreneurial journey. I hope today's episode gave you insights and inspiration to fuel your business journey. Remember, whether you are just starting out